My question is very simple. If Mr. Modi is so charismatic even after 10 years, why the voters are not enthused to come out openly and participate in that process to make him the Prime Minister?
No, but
again?
there isn't the kind of anti-incumbency that there was against
I'm only
Manmohan Singh
saying-
after
I'm
10 years of being in power.
I'm only saying is, if you look at...
How do you know that his voters are not coming out?
How do you know his voters are not coming out? It could be opposition voters who are not very enthused about regime change who are sitting at home.
Let me complete. I'm only saying is that Mr. Modi's rise in the Indian politics has been followed by the rise in the voting percentage.
Sir, but the fact also is that the BJP has a better organized campaign machinery and their ability to bring their voters out to vote on polling days much higher than that of the opposition.
So why the polling percentage in Rajasthan is drastically down? Why?
No, I have a theory on that, which is depending on the efficiency and efficacy of your state government, it also determines local enthusiasm. In Uttar Pradesh, the BJP isn't facing those issues. It's facing them in Rajasthan. Does that mean that because of local internecine issues, like say, for example, former chief ministers being upset with the fact that they were shafted and not given pride of place, are there local issues which we aren't seeing in a state like UP?
Rahul, the fact of the matter is, you take any state in the North India. When the parliamentary elections, Mr. Modi is at stake, the vote percentage suddenly goes up, and even the vote percent, the BJP goes up.
Margaret Thatcher and Tony Blair, both of them were very popular leaders at the end of 10 years when they were fighting their third election. They had massive trouble, much more than Prime Minister Modi does.
I'm not disputing that the Mr. Prime Minister is not popular. I'm only saying is there Modi fatigue in this election?
Okay, Modi fatigue. On that question, Pradeep Gupta, very quickly, because I also need to wrap up.
No, I totally disagree with Ashutosh ji. The facts are in front of you. Depend on the weather conditions. If you take Uttar Pradesh, the voting percentage is far more larger than in assembly election than the Lok Sabha election. You take any state for that matter. Take Madhya Pradesh. You are talking about.
No, but why would you compare apples and oranges? You'll compare Lok Sabha this time and Lok Sabha last time. You can't compare assembly election which happened in December.
No, Rahul.
Mr. Modi is there. There is a big voter turnout. I'm saying which is not the case. The facts are showing you the...
But heat is important. I contested in 2014 and it was a similar heat. Same summer was there. May to okay. From April to then. So if there is a dip, there has to be some reason.
We've had a fascinating...
There has to be some reason.
What is the reason according to you, Gupta ji? Batao.
First and foremost is the heat. No. Second is the summer vacation during this time. No. So most of the people goes out of vacation. So these are the
Can I just show on our screen data compiled by the India Today Data Intelligence Unit. This is from phase 1. It looks at whether there is a correlation between change in voting percentage and change in average temperature at that time. So we looked at the data for 2019, then we looked at the data for 2014, and as you can see on the screen right now, there is no clear correlation. There are pockets where the weather has become hotter and yet the voting percentage hasn't changed much, and there are pockets where the weather is actually cooler and yet the voting percentage is down. So there it is on your screen right now. So for example, in places like Siddhi, voter turnout has dropped 13% from the last time. The weather has changed only 1.8 degrees. In a place like Muzaffarnagar, voting percentage actually went up. The weather went up by 2.5 degrees, but voting percentage was down 9.2. So on one side, you're seeing the change in voter turnout from 2019. On the other side, you see the change in average temperature from the last elections. So there is no clear correlation. There may be a mota directional correlation, but there isn't a clear and direct correlation. So if anybody says people are staying home because of the weather, that by itself, Pradeep Gupta, statistically isn't correct.
No, Rahul, one more thing. There are so many things. One is the whether you are comparing the city, urbanized constituency or the rural constituency.
Okay.
City is a pure urban constituency.
2014, it was the same summer.
So I'll have to do a second debate. We'll have to set up a second...
I think, Rahul, just one.
Yes.
All things being equal, I think nature of contest also drives the voters.
Yes.
If it is a competitive election in a constituency, voters are turning out to vote in much bigger numbers.
We've had a very fascinating conversation. I really enjoyed this. I hope so did you. Psephologists turning, philosophers.
Just one line.
अरे खत्म करना है भाई. Time हो गया है. जल्दी बोलो.
Just one line.
Okay.
You know, whenever the turnout drops, the BJP leaders start remembering Baba Saheb Ambedkar. Baba Saheb said, Sangam Sharanam Gachami. BJP leaders also say the same thing, but the idea is different of the Sangam.
Brilliant, Yashwant.